Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's okay. How are you this beautiful Friday? Yay! It is Friday. I'm excited. I got back home last night. I was in Atlanta for the week and was supposed to come back to Las Vegas tomorrow. And talked about this yesterday in the live that preparation, be, be prepared when God gives you a directive. So my flight was delayed 2 hours last night, but that was fine because I got home. Woke up this morning, checked the weather, and Atlanta is a blanket of snow. So for all of those that said, it ain't gonna do nothing. They woke up to quite a surprise. So I am very, very grateful to be home this beautiful Friday. All right, this morning, my nugget is resilience. I put up a post yesterday because I don't really talk a lot about my job on social media. In fact, there are no accounts of mine that references who I work for in my day job. You guys know a lot about my nonprofit, you know a lot about my ministry and different things like that, but not my day job. Because yeah, there's a reason for that. But at any rate, I have to share something this morning. My topic this morning for my nugget is resilience. And I posted what I posted yesterday as a testimony for those of you that are in situations that you don't want to be in. You don't want to be on that job. You don't want to be where you're at. Maybe it's where you live, whatever it is, but God has given you the mandate to trust Him and not to abruptly leave. I tried to leave twice. Oh, I did leave once, and then I tried to leave two more times. And and after the first time I left, and I was brought back in, and it was just like, okay, here we go. And it was really funny because I remember when I was working for Don King Productions, and I left there a couple of times before I left for good. And I remember the last time that I went back to DKP. um, I was in the car with my husband. We were in Florida. And I said, I don't understand why I keep being pulled back into this. And he said something very profound to me. He said, because you just keep leaving, but you have not been released. And I looked at him and said, I don't like you right now. Okay. But what he was saying was truth. And so, but that was a lesson for me back then. And so, I took that lesson into this job. I've been on this job. It'll be 12 years in March, and I would experience burnout. I would experience frustration, and I just yeah, I'm like, mm-mm, I don't have to do this. I don't want to do this. The first time I prayed about it was in 2018. And I was like, God, I know you'll take care of me because you are my source. It is not this job. And the Lord said something very profound to me. He said, do you trust me enough to stay? Like, I know you trust me enough to leave. That was a no brainer. Do you trust me enough to stay? And I was like, wow, okay, that was not what I expected. So that was 2018. Fast forward to 2023. This time I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to take this to God. I'm just like, hey, I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. And I told everybody on the job and everywhere else, December 31st, I'm out. So in September of 2023, I was at a retreat up in St. Louis with Mercy Ministries, and I'm laying in the bed, and it's early in the morning. And, God in his quiet, still voice said, you told everybody you were leaving your job December 31st. Why haven't you asked me? Because that's the kind of relationship I have with God. I'll tie this into resilience in just a moment. And I immediately responded because I did not want you to tell me to stay. Okay. So, like, because that's mine and God's relationship. Like, I'm not going to play with you because I know you're not going to play with me. So, all he said was, trust me. Now, here's where the resilient part comes in because you need to understand about resilience and what resilience really means. Resilience is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. Another word for it is toughness. Okay? The capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties. I have had to have extreme resilience on this job in the midst of not wanting to be there. But my resilience was fueled by my love for God and trust in Him. It was amazing to me that when we had the conversation in 2023, He didn't say, "You got to stay." He just said, "Trust me." If God said it, it is so. He said, "Trust me." Well, on Wednesday, it was announced on my job. Now, you have to understand that my company was acquired in October by another company. And so now the work culture is different. I really kind of enjoy the job again. All of that, it's a totally different thing. But on Wednesday, it was released that I have been named senior vice president of the company. Did not see that coming. Resilience in God will cause promotion to happen on your life. Okay? Stand steadfast. Recover quickly from the offenses that will come at you, that will cause you to want to run. Okay? Hear the voice of God. Stay relentless and resilient in what He says. And I've been saying for the past year, I said, when I leave, I'm going to leave with the spoils. Because if I got to stay in Egypt, I know I'm leaving with the spoils because that's what the children of Israel did. And this blew me away. Didn't see it coming. So I'm giving my testimony to be a help to those of you that find yourself in difficult situations, places you don't want to be, but God has not released you from. Don't just leave before you're released. Let God be God and do what He's going to do in the midst of that difficult situation. All right. All right. That's it. That's it. And it's Friday. It's Friday. So we're going into the weekend, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to worship. We're going to rest. We're going to self care. And we are going to enjoy God's creation. We're going to continue to pray for the winter storms that are passing by. I'm praying for Atlanta. We're going to continue to pray for California and for the LA area. It's heartbreaking. That's my stomping grounds all my life. Um, so we're going to continue to cover those people in prayer. And just believe the hand of God at work in their lives, even in the midst of the devastation, because He will work in the midst of devastation. All right. All right. I love you with the love of Christ. You can't do a thing about it. And I'm wishing you an absolutely positively fantabulous weekend. All right.